So demography is the study of human populations. We're going to apply the population ecology that we've already learned, and we're going to apply it to human populations to study things like population size and population density and distribution. We'll look at the age structure and sex ratio and birth and death rates along with migration rates. Now, here, let me go back a second. There we go. Okay, so the most populous country on earth, most people know it's China. Second most populous country on earth, India, right? And India's almost got the same population as China, will overtake it soon. But the third most populous country on earth, most people can't name, that is the United States. We have about 330 million people in the United States. China has almost 1.4 billion at this point. So they have about 1.1 billion people more than we do. India also has a population greater than 1.3 billion. So they also have a billion people more than we do. Then to round out the top five, we have Indonesia with 259 million and Brazil with 206 million. The other top 10 nations, Pakistan, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, Mexico, and all other nations on earth are just over a billion people. So we're going to apply these population principles to human populations, and we need to recognize that they all apply to human populations. Environmental factors limit human growth, just like they limit growth for other organisms. So that being said, humans have learned to raise the carrying capacity of the environment through technology. And we don't know what the carrying capacity of the world really is for people. It's been estimated anywhere being between 1 and 33 billion. But we do know that resources are limited and population growth can't continue forever. So this graph kind of shows us how we've increased carrying capacity. We increased it first by making tools and learning how to harvest resources more easily. Then we increased it with agriculture, which allowed us to have more regular nutrition, regular food source. And then we also increased it with industrialization, which relied on fossil fuels to do a lot of the work for us. So population size is currently about 7.7 billion on Earth. The UN predicts that we'll see 9 billion humans by 2050. And actually by 2023, we're supposed to have 8 billion on Earth. So we have the high, of course, the distribution and the density are not the same everywhere. So highest density areas tend to be more moderate climates, warmer climates, temperate, subtropical, and tropical biomes, and especially near water, near rivers and coasts. And people have largely congregated in cities now. More than half of the human population lives in cities. Lowest density areas are where there are more extreme climates, like in the desert or in the tundra, and areas away from the water on the interior of continents. We really don't know how high human population will go, but most people are expecting not to have the high fertility scenario take place. We're expecting to be more in the medium to low fertility. So the population projections out to 2100 range anywhere from 11 billion to 7 billion, actually decreasing from our current high point. You can tell here there's an apex on this curve. So it's hard, it's easy to think about this in abstract terms, but to make it real life, if women just had on average 0.5 fewer children than that medium scenario, there would only be 8 billion people by 2050, not 9.15 billion. So when we talk about population distribution, we're talking about where are the populations. Most people actually reside north of the equator, and when it comes to north of the equator, especially between about up to about